So from Husserl to Heidegger. To Heidegger, being is the most important question in phenomenology, which is the subject of phenomena as Husserl invented. He essentially wanted to get away from words or phrases that had been inherited from others. Like, he thought that the problem with Husserl's way of writing was that he borrowed a lot of phrases from old philosophers, and that can sometimes confuse the meaning that you're trying to get to. So he came up with this word called Dasein. He said that Descartes presumed that humans were designed only to think. I think, therefore I am, sort of implies that thinking is the most important part of humans' existence, whereas Heidegger thought that we interact with things, we interact with the world in numerous different ways. We enjoy it, we think, we react to it, we emote, and all that sort of thing. We don't just think about it. So he said that Descartes was wrong in that way. That this Dasein is the best thing. It's the being in the world. This is the thing. It's the reacting, the emoting, the enjoying it. It's being in the world. And this Dasein represents an ability to be whatever you want to be. Really, it's it's your desires as well. It seems to represent a lot of things. I know that's confusing, but it's about what you're aiming for in the future, and how that can determine how useful your present is. So, for example, if I wanted to be a cricketer, the fact that I'm here talking about philosophy implies that I'm probably not going to be a good cricketer, because I should be out playing cricket or reading cricket or something like that. So I wouldn't be in my Dasein. I wouldn't be living truthfully to my desires. Whereas, because I fancy writing about stuff, and philosophy is a good way to do it. So I am sort of in my Dasein right now. He said that there's no point in thinking about an external world, or whether it exists or not, as I talked about in previous videos in the Husserl one. That because if you may think, oh, does the world exist? Is it a dream or anything like that? But really, you just got to get out there and do it. You've got to interact with the world. You've got to be in the world, exist. You've got to Dasein. It's what it's all about. When we're in our Dasein, we aren't really consciously aware of the world. So if I was a cricketer again, it makes it easier. When I'm playing cricket, when I'm hitting the ball or bowling or anything like that, I'm not thinking, am I really hitting this ball? Am I really, bowling? Am I throwing something? Or you don't think about that sort of stuff. You're just doing it. You're getting involved. You're in your Dasein. You're in your zone, essentially. And so this is what Dasein is: existence. And it's just existing because that's what we're here for. We're not here to think about whether existence is true or moral or ethical. It's just what we're here for. It's existence. Hence the phrase existentialism, or the idea of existentialism. It all comes from that. Existentialism is about choices, about our individuality. So we want to be true to our Dasein. If I want to be my cricketer, I've got to choose based on my desires to be a cricketer, my urges and my Dasein. So, say the guys on the field out there want to say, "Oh, come and play football." I'm like, "No, I want to play cricket." And they're like, "Well, we're all playing football, so come on." I'm like, "Okay, I'll go and play football." And that's not living in my Dasein. That's inauthentic. That's against my desires. I want to play cricket, but I'm playing football because everyone else is doing it. It's conforming to society's norms. It's ignoring my desire. And Heidegger said that would be inauthentic. It's a bad way to live your life. He said a perfect life would be one lived authentically to our own individual desires, regardless of society's norms. And that's Heidegger, Dasein, and existentialism.